Hello, dear friends. Today I want to talk to you about the safe use of herbs in pregnancy, through motherhood, and for children. Now, the use of herbs and essential oils in both pregnancy and children is controversial, both in integrative as well as conventional medicine, because of the fact that these are a vulnerable population. So, ethically, we don't have a lot of studies using herbs and essential oils that we don't know are safe, and just going ahead and checking that out with people who are pregnant or are little, right? Because of the issue of informed consent and also harming the mother or the baby or the little one. So, most of what we know about botanical use during pregnancy specifically is based on historical, empirical, and observational evidence. However, there are some pharmacological and animal studies, as well as there have been some randomized clinical trials after seeing that these herbs are probably safe due to the many years that they've been used traditionally and people who have just been using them. So we do have that information. In fact, we have found that some plants can actually be gentler and safer than conventional medicines with less side effects. But still, we need to be aware of other herbs and aromatics that need to be avoided during vulnerable periods. And this is because that these specific botanicals and essential oils could potentially lead to complications in pregnancy, or they could interfere with development. Now, there's theoretical or actual risks associated with them, where that they could lead to premature birth, uterine contractions, lactation disturbances, or negatively impacting the fetus or growing child. But that all being said, most of these are theoretical considerations and inference from their modes of action. The reported adverse events for both herbs and essential oils are most frequently related to the consumption of a known toxic herb. So nobody should have that herb, much less pregnant women and little ones. Botanicals that have been adulterated. So in other words, the standardization and the quality was not up to par with what it said on the actual label. That's why we have to be careful and know what our sources are, or the inappropriate or excessive dosage amount. So keeping that in mind, there have been many reference tables on in various herbalist books on which oils and herbs are and are not safe to use during pregnancy and during childhood. Now, I'm going to have a link in the article that goes with this video, so you can go ahead and reference all of those different herbs and pull up the table. But what I really want to focus on more in this video is specifically essential oils and safety concerns, because essential oils are considered more concentrated than herbals. They have been under additional scrutiny during these critical periods. And this is because they're fat-loving or lipophilic substances. And that means that they're easily absorbed, and they could be exposing the fetus to the essential oil constituents. So most people feel that during the first trimester, for sure, when the fetus is going through a lot of different critical organ formation and growing and development, that essential oils should not be used due to the risk of toxicity. Again, that being said, many aromatherapists and many women over in Europe have had the experience of using essential oils during pregnancy safely, as long as they stick to certain ones and in the appropriate dosage. Now, some of the articles may even say they have estrogenic effects, and that isn't necessarily true, because remember, essential oils don't act as estrogens. They have constituents that may modulate hormones, but they aren't specifically estrogenetic, right? They aren't acting as estrogens in the body. This is for most of the oils that you can get over the counter or, based at your local health food store. Now, essential oils to avoid during pregnancy based on the Herbal Academy, I'm just going to go through these. Aniseed, basil, the estradiol chemotype, bay, camphor, cassia, cinnamon, clary sage, clove, cumin, hyssop, mugwort, oregano, parsley, pennyroyal, sage, sweet, birch, tansy, tarragon, thuya, thyme, wintergreen, and wormwood. Now, again, these will be listed in the article in the video description. But so I mean, that's a lot in one sense, but considering that there are hundreds of different essential oils, it's really not a huge amount. Now, Jade Schutz, who is one of the most world-renowned and influential clinical aromatherapists and herbalists, she's the founder of the School of Aromatic Studies. She wrote a wonderful article that I linked to in my post about why some of these essential oils are contraindicated, or why you have to be more weary of them, not necessarily scared, but just more cautious. Again, a lot of the reasons why these herbs or essential oil, like with herbs, these essential oils are contraindicated is related to these theoretical actions of, okay, this constituent does this, so it could potentially do this in a pregnant mom. Okay, so again, we don't necessarily have the randomized control studies that say for sure that this is going to happen. But monoterpenes and sesquiterpene-rich oils do not present significant risk to pregnancy. These are generally non-toxics, as well as alcohol. So those constituents in essential oils that you think have high monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes, think like your frankincense, some of your fir oils, those are going to tend to be generally well tolerated. Now, oxides are generally well tolerated, but can lead to skin irritation. So you have to be careful with the mama for that. Just watch out for things that are phototoxic. They contain furanocoumarins. So think of most of your expressed essential oils from citrus fruits. Those can cause changes in the skin. If you go out in the sun, you can get a pretty funky photoreaction that looks like a burn and an uneven skin tone. And that's just the way that the oil cross reacts with the sun and causes some protein shifts in your cells. So you just want to be careful of that. Now, as esters and ethers have similar properties and characteristics, but you want to be careful more so with ethers, which are stronger. And that these are things you want to be careful. Now, aniseed, phenyl, and anistar contain phenylmethyl ethers, and those should be avoided. Ketones are not easily metabolized by the liver and can be toxic. So essential oils that are high in ketones will be listed as more to be a little bit more cautious about because of prolonged daily use. And again, this is like ketones at high levels, but oils such as sage and hyssop do contain those. So people tend to err on the side of cautious with those essential oils. Now, essential oils rich in aldehydes or phenols can cause skin sensitivity. So because of that, things like oregano, thyme, savory, and cinnamon, which you might not think of toxic, but those contain high phenols. So again, people tend to be more cautious about those. Now, essential oils that tend to be safe during preconception and pregnancy, though not a comprehensive list, Jade Schutz lists several, and so do some of the other influential websites for aromatherapy. Some of them include benzene, bergamot, black pepper, cypress, eucalyptus, frankincense, geranium, German chamomile, ginger, grapefruit, juniper, lavender, lemon, mandarin, marjoram, neroli, orange, petitgreen, peppermint, Roman chamomile, rose, sandalwood, spearmint, tangerine, tea tree, ylang-ylang, and other non-toxic oils. So there's have been clinical trials with some of these essential oils, such as lavender, geranium, chamomile, rose, and peppermint. They have been used in clinical studies with pregnant women, and they've been safe and also helped to alleviate certain common conditions. Now, as far as children, I'm going to again link to some of the resources that I already provided when I did an interview with Dr. Alyssa Song on essential oils in children. But again, this is an individualized approach. And as far as herbs, now I have just done a podcast with Dr. Mary Bove, and she actually literally wrote the Encyclopedia of Natural Healing for Children and Infants. And this is the book that we use as a textbook in naturopathic medicine for studying and learning about the safe use for children of herbs. And it's available for moms to be, and it's a very friendly read. And she also wrote Herbs for Women's Health. Now she's a practicing herbalist. She is for over 50 years, a licensed naturopathic doctor for over 30 years. She has a diploma in phytotherapy from England and is certified as a midwife. And she has been in formulation research for over 35 years. So when I interviewed her, we went through some of the common conditions of pregnancy, what herbs that and essential oils that could be used safely for some of those common conditions, as well as we went through common conditions for children and what herbs and essential oils that are safe. And this isn't just based on theory. This is based on a practitioner who has actually used these essential oils and used these herbs in her clinical practice with success. And that's why they got in her book. And that's why she can say with confidence how they help children and moms to be more comfortable and are safe to use and can potentially decrease any use of more toxic medications that could have some side effects to a growing fetus. So especially for mood, right? We know that the pregnancy and hormone shifts can create changes in mama's mood, and essential oils are perfect for that through diffusing, through inhalation. So I really would like you to check that out. I will put a link again in the video description. This little video is an extra kind of bonus though, because before I went ahead and interviewed Dr. Bove, I just wanted to do my research, and then I wrote an article as well as the kind of cliff notes of what we went through in the interview. So if you want to get all that, make sure you click again on the link in the video description. Make sure that you go ahead and leave your feedback and maybe any guest suggestions you have for the Essential Oil Revolution, as well as subscribe. It helps to get the word out. And also be sure to check out if you want to learn more about essential oils and how to use them clinically or safely or just for everyday use based on my experience. You can go ahead and also find those in the video description. All right. So thank you very much. I will be back real soon with another video. And in the meantime, remember to take really good care of yourself because you are very much worth it.